episode 5 of the Essence of Entrepreneurship, we are going to talk about marketing. A lot of entrepreneurs do succeed in coming up with a good idea and also maybe executing it to a certain level in forming a good product or service. But where most of the entrepreneurs face a challenge is when it comes to marketing the product. While marketing strategies vary from industry to industry, product to product, service to service, what according to you is your generic strategy or advice to devise a good marketing strategy?
So, Avnie, in an earlier episode, when you were talking of skills of entrepreneurs, then for me, right up there was communication, right? And the biggest brand ambassador for any venture is the entrepreneur herself. So, communication is absolutely essential to entrepreneurship. So, you really start by selling yourself, right? And these are multiple conversations. I mean, when we were building Jamboree, as I told you in an earlier episode, I was taking sales calls. So it was really one-on-one selling. I don't know how many countless conversations I had with parents, students, donors, faculty when we were building Ashoka. So the entrepreneur himself or herself is really the biggest brand ambassador, is a storyteller, and you have to repeat that story again and again and again. So that's really step number one. Now, as you start to build products and services, you need to take them to market. And while you can only do so much alone, you will need platforms to escalate that. And that brought me to this whole idea or thought of today, it's easier, but also more difficult. Why is it easier? Because marketing is become so democratized with the use of internet. You can put up your website, you can start doing social media marketing, you can start investing in performance marketing. So you can start getting your message right up there very quickly. And that's why we know of far more people, far more products today than we knew earlier, because it's easier to get to your audience. What is difficult is because it's a crowded marketplace. Everybody can do that, right? You're competing for headroom in a cluttered market, So how do you make it more creative? Why should I listen to your post and not your post? So in that sense, it's slightly more difficult, right? But it has become essential to marketing and branding, and the brands and organizations that succeed are the ones that do a great job on these two dimensions. And third, I feel for young teams today, it may not, I think one founder, co-founder, or somebody in your team has to be very good at sales and marketing, right? Or if you don't have in-house capability, then either recruit such a person or be willing to take outside help. There are just so many agencies out there, but just remember, you get what you demand from an agency, right? You have to be a demanding client, and you have to do a lot of due diligence in selecting the right people who work with you. So be willing to take extra help. But a good idea, if people don't know about your idea, your venture is not going anywhere. You may have a great product, but if it's sitting on your table and people don't know about it, then, a great product or a great service is only the starting point. A venture truly starts to build when people start buying your product and service, right? If your people are not buying your product and service, you don't have a venture. Then you only have a great product or a great service to offer. But entrepreneurship and the venture only starts to breathe and have life when customers are buying that product or service. So you have to do it, and it's, as I said, it's easier in many ways, but it's also tough in many ways. But I do find all the young generation of today is much better at communicating on social media and marketing than we are. I mean, our team is all, I think the digital team would be all under 28 or 29, or so it comes sort of naturally to the younger generation, and leverage that. I think it's a great way to build organizations.